So, like every other person on the internet, I have finally started to play Tears of the Kingdom. I have played Breath of the Wild before, and I've played some of the DLC, but I hadn't played Tears of the Kingdom yet. And my best friend bought it for me for my birthday because they thought it would be really funny to watch me play it because I am a stubborn when it comes to video games. And that only proved to be true. I also got lost like 20 times within the tutorial section. I could not find my way out. I died like 9 times because I got stuck in the winter section of the game in the Sky Islands. It was a time. But I did eventually escape and I found my lovely girl Purah. And I fucking love Purah. Purah was my girl in the first game. I was obsessed with her. Hated Robbie. Robbie can go die. What do you mean I have to buy my armor? Sir, I am trying to save the world, and you're telling me that I have to purchase my armor and bring you the materials? Like, at least Purah gave me most of the stuff right off the bat. Robbie said, you're gonna buy and do everything for me. You're going to risk your life so that I can make money, even though you're trying to save the world. Robbie is my true villain. He was the villain of Breath of the Wild for me. Like Ganon, obviously. But Robbie was orchestrating the whole thing, and I will stand by that. Anyway, I decided I wanted to draw Purah because she is my absolute favorite character. I adore her. I think that she's really funny, and I love a good, cute scientist gal. You show me cute scientist who's probably autistic and hyperfixating on something, and I will fall in love. Like Maru Stardew Valley, fell in love. Purah from Tears of the Kingdom, fell in love. Purah from Breath of the Wild wanted to protect because Purah from Breath of the Wild looked like a child. I wanted to adopt her and just carry her on my back throughout the entire game. But I also probably would have been really scared if I did that because then, like, what if she died? So I'm just, I didn't want to do some super sexy version of Purah because if you look up Purah on Google Images, it is a minefield. Like, it is smut central. And I respect women here. Not that you can't have like sexy images and still be respectful, but I wanted to draw Purah as she is in the game, which is like cute, fun, and just generally excited about things. This isn't very excited. This is more her posing in like a fashion pose. But I didn't want to remove clothes from her. Actually, while I was drawing this, my brother came over and he went, "You did the opposite of what you're supposed to do with Purah, according to the internet." And I went, "What?" And he was like, "You put more clothes on her. You didn't take away clothes. You gave her more." And I was like, well, that's because I'm drawing what she's wearing in the game. But I really love her design too. I love the Sheikah designs. I think that they're really fun. And I love I'm guessing they're based off of like Japanese fashion from what I've seen in like historical Japanese clothing. But I really like her original design and her original character. I wanted to use lots of reds in this too because I feel like reds and blues are the primary, with like hints of gold, are her primary color scheme. So I leaned into the red aspect of it because I thought it would give it some liveliness. I did this pretty quickly, so it's not super in-depth or anything. I just kind of wanted to really go out, and I wanted to get this out as soon as possible, and just I had Purah living inside of me and I needed to get her onto paper. So that's why this is it's not super complex, but I still had a lot of fun with it. I am currently still playing Tears of the Kingdom. I refused to do any of the main plot. I went to Rito Village. I finally got to Rito, and they told me all of the shit that was happening in their village, and they were like, we're dying. And I said, psych, I gotta go to some stables so that I can get clothing from Tracy. Because my goal, Tears of the Kingdom, truly for me, is a dress-up doll game where Link puts on cute little clothing. Like I just got like the Frostbite shirt that gives Link nail polish. Fucking love that. I love that. It's such a sassy little shirt. I want Link to wear it constantly. Although I do kind of feel bad when he's running around in like the snowy mountains and I'm like, here, wear this cutout sleeve, absolutely no insulation top. I think that will be really, really appropriate for the weather here. But I truly am motivated solely by clothing. But I don't have enough money for anything. Like in Breath of the Wild, I sold my monster parts to get money to buy the clothing. But now the monster parts have a purpose. Now I can attach them to things. So I'm scared to sell them in case I want to use them later. And so I'm broke. Link is a broke bitch who wants to have pretty clothes. Link needs a sugar daddy. And I don't know where to find one. You know who should be my sugar daddy? Robbie. Robbie should be my sugar daddy just as repentance for what he did to me in Breath of the Wild. That'll be the only way that I will ever forgive Robbie, is if he becomes my sugar daddy. That man also almost got me killed in the depths because I had to chase after him. And I didn't know what I was doing in the depths. I have had nightmares about Robbie, where he is the true villain, and I need to murder him. But I never can, which is why it's a nightmare and not a dream. He survives. I do love Joshua, though. Joshua is probably one of my favorite new additions to the game, because they give me such Inbee vibes, and they're so cute. It's got the same vibe as Purah, you know, where it's like hyper-fixated scientist who just wants to do their work and is super passionate about it, but is still like a genuinely nice person at the same time. And I'm like, that's what I want. Robbie, take notes. Robbie could never. Robbie is a crotchety old man, and he could never give the same emotion and pureness that Purah and Joshua give. I said it. I am forever a Robbie hater. I'm sorry if you like Robbie. Please explain to me why. Give me your rationale. But that man, no. He reminds me of, you know who he reminds me of? If you played Mario Party on the GameCube that had like the sun and the moon. I think it was like Mario Party 8 or something. If you played that, there was this one mini game in it where you had to find animals in like Egad's garage or something. Egad, the scientist Egad from Mario Party. That's who reminds me of Robbie. And I fucking hated Egad too. Why did he have those animals locked in these cages or running around in these mazes with like electric bombs going around? That's abuse. Robbie and Egad are truly my mortal enemies. I stand by that. I had to look up what pattern was on her, like, oh gosh, her coat. But I don't even know if this is it. This is how one artist depicted it. And I went, that's simple enough for me to be able to draw on there. Because if it were like, when I first saw it, I thought that they were like characters, like Japanese characters or something. But I couldn't see them well enough, and I wasn't just going to guess. Like, that'd be shitty. So I went with the eye pattern that I saw some artists depicting it as. So if it is Japanese characters, I'm sorry, I couldn't get an actual image of it. So, and I didn't want to guess. I didn't want to just like make shit up. I wasn't going to be that person at the tattoo parlor. But anyway, I really like how she came out, and I hope you do too. Bye bye.